Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Typist in the Phoenix Building, a poem by Judith Wright. Judith Wright is an Australian poet and she exposes the emptiness and sterility that mark the sexuality of the post war moderns, that is, the people who are living after the two world wars, and those who are living amidst anonymous, that is, they don't know each other. They are not together, there is no unity among them, there is no friendship among them, and mass produced, and whatever is given to them is in abundant and metropolitan surroundings. They are in a very civilized, and technology has helped them to live a very ultra modern life. And here she uses the word phoenix. Phoenix means it's a bird which falls in the fire, burns, and the new bird comes out of this fire. So phoenix is a bird which gives its life and creates a new life. And in the same way, that word is used here, but she is not mentioning the real phoenix. Here it is said that it is a bird which is hanging in the wall. It is a metal image of the bird on the wall. And Judith Wright also employs a number of mechanical devices which says about in what a mechanical and automated life we are living in this modern world, particularly in the cities which are industrialized. And at the same time, whatever facilities they may offer, they can only offer the inadequate aid to the men and women. But these people, that is the men and women, have lost their natural vitality. In earlier times, we all had this natural vitality in abundance. But now, because we started relying on these mechanical devices, we have lost that vitality. And the central and ironic image of the phoenix tells about the emptiness and the absurdity in man woman relationship. Because in this modern world, that relationship has lost its organic feeling. There is no fertility, there is no vitality, because all this we get from nature. But since we are going away from nature, we have lost all this. And Judith Wright laments also the passing away of the age of the full blooded vitality which our ancestors had, and the instinct which actually facilitated a wholesome and fulfilling relationship between men and women in the past. But now all that is denied to the modern generation of Australians, and thanks to all the highly mechanized and the post-war age of the mass production. And actually all these depends on the indiscriminate application of science and technology. That is, science and technology is not used to uplift man, it is only giving you all the facilities, but it is taking away the natural instinct, the natural vigor, the natural vitality which we had. And here she talks about the young women type is simply perk on their seats as though they are at the end of their depression, and they are showing off their curl on trickled nerves to their male colleagues, and she calls the male colleagues a half-cocked clerks. And she says even the sexual relationship with the men is frustrating and sterile. Women are not happy with their relationship because it is not the mind which is going together, it is only a sexual relationship. And she says even if years pass by, this mechanical fashion will only be the same. There will be no change in men and women because it is only the passage of time, but this mechanical fashion will always remember. And as years goes, we'll only add up the years, like how what we do in the calculator. But they much delayed late afternoon desires means, maybe she means that people start thinking about another relationship only in the middle age, and that will only contribute very less to the sterile lust in the mind, and the instinct and their bodies will definitely let them down. And she says the sexual instinct, instead of promoting an abiding relationship in them, it has dwindled away to a very just late afternoon desires which are just fleeting and promiscuous and temporary relationship. That is, men and women only have a temporary relationship, there is no bonding in them. And she says seasons continue to roll by, but it is not going to bring any relief through this heat or drought. And the city burns and grass withers as if some distant natural source of water supply, like a shrunken lake. Earlier we had lot of natural nature supplies to the human being, but even that shrunken lake is now dry. And even the clouds of the night are chased by the blazing sun, which forgets its course. That is, the sun itself has forgot its course. And she says there are no chances for the flood of the Nile in the new city because summer continues to burn up. And the common malaise that has affected the entire generation of the Hughes has resulted in the tragic plight of several individual youths. And she closes the poem with a reference to the personal name of Shirley and her clerk, who will actually continue to mingle together from time to time as mere functionaries, as at times they touch and fall apart. And at the same time, there is only very little chance of any flood, that is, any new energy or vitality in the relationship. And they inhabit highly decorated inlet floors which scrupulously keep away any possibility of flood entering into their lives. That is, they live a very fashionable life. Modern life will give them all the facilities, but definitely they will not live that happy life which their ancestors lived. Let's read the poem. In tiled and fireproof corridors, the typists shelter in their sex. Perking beside the half-cocked clerks, they set a curl on trickled necks. The formal bird above the doors is set in metal woes of flame. That is, here comes the image of phoenix, which is actually a metal bird in the wall. The train goes aching on its rails. Its crising cry of steel and wheels intolerably comes and fails on walls immaculate and dumb. That is, here she talks about the mechanical life we live, and even the machines are living a mechanical life. Comptometers and calculators compute the frequency of fires, adduce the risk, add up the years. Drawn by late afternoon desires, the poles of mind meet lust equators. So she says, all the relationship with these men and women have are like late afternoon desires. Nothing permanent, nothing strong. Where will the inaddition reach whose cycle we can but await? The city burns in summer heat, grass withers, and the seasons late. The metal bird would scorch the touch. And yet above some distant source, some shrunken lake or spring gone dry, perhaps the clouds involve the day in night, and once again on high, the blazing sun forgets its course. She says nature is also changing a lot. It's becoming very cruel towards mankind because man is going away from nature. Deep hidden in that whirling smoke from which the floods of Nile may fall. But summer burns the city still. The metal bird upon the wall is silent. Shirley and her clerk. And here ends the poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends. And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.